Hey kids, comics! Silverhaired Bronze Age Babe here, yakking about our comic book collection, and today sharing a mini haul of some new Ratty Keys that I have gotten over the last several weeks. I've been on an Action Comics binge, and I had been on the hunt for this issue number 309 for a while. It's famous because it came out the week after President Kennedy was assassinated. And the reason that this book is infamous is because President Kennedy is part of this story. And they couldn't, it was too late for them to pull the book back from distribution. So you have President Kennedy playing a very active role in the story. I'm going to spoil it for you. That actually is President Kennedy. And so, yes, he does know Superman's true identity. And at the end of the book, Superman says, I'm fine with you knowing my secret identity, Mr. President, because if you can't trust the President of the United States, who can you trust? So, you know, sign of the times, I guess. So I was glad to find that. The other one the other Action Comics that I landed recently, I just adore this. This is issue 255, and I think it's from 1959, and it's the first appearance of Bizarro Lois Lane. I in rereading this story, I guess I'm warming up even more to the Bizarros. I've said before that's like I wasn't a huge fan, although they really can be funny. And this issue is a perfect example of that. And plus, I really love this cover. I think the color design on it is great. I think it just is such a great example of Action Comics in the Silver Age. So thrilled to have that. I'm also been on a mystery book bender of late, and finally got a reasonably priced copy of the #1 issue of Dark Mansion of Forbidden Love. This has been on my list for a while, and again, it's a pretty ratty copy, but I didn't have to part with a lot of money, so I'm good with that. And the interesting thing about this book is that rather than several stories in each issue was one full-length story. So they were doing a little something different there, and that's pretty cool. This is one of my favorite gets of recent times. This is Phantom Stranger number 14, and the reason this is of interest to me is because it's a Neal Adams cover of a prototype, basically, of the Swamp Thing character. This came out a few years before the actual Swamp Thing showed up. So this isn't Swamp Thing. This has nothing to do with the Swamp Thing story as we've come to know it over the decades. But it's just a really interesting precursor to that, and I've always thought this was a great cover. Book was kind of hard to find, but again, because I will accept ratty copies, finally found one I was willing to pay for. And finally, in that same category, I did a video around Halloween about my love of the House of Mystery books. And this is the first copy of the book when they had changed over from their late Silver Age style. And this cover is just, it is emblematic of the book itself, The House of Mystery. And you see this reproduced a lot. And again, I was just super happy to get a copy of this that's, in relatively good shape. I think the seller put it at like a 3.5 or a 4. To me, it's beautiful, it's presentable, it's all there, it's all together. And I am thrilled to have it in the collection. So. Well, thanks so much for stopping by. I'll see you next time.